Okay, so I've got what most people would consider a very good setup, and doesn't help too much with, like, say, making you better at gaming. However, not everybody can get the very best. So my question today is going to be, how much is that going to affect things? So first one's going to be first. There's going to be 3 videos of this one. First one's going to be the headset. My Arctis SteelSeries Pros are magnificent. I love them. However, not everybody can afford them. So I bought what is very much a budget Razer product. I think this was $30? Yeah, $30. And that's about what everything I'm going to be doing on these next few videos costs. So let's get this open and see what it's like. I need to start keeping my knife closer, or just get a knife for doing this, because I don't think this knife looks pretty enough for opening boxes. A little Razer card talking about how important audio is, a manual, and the headset. Cable extension, right? It's very nice rubber, actually. That's very nice. Better than I was expecting. Quality I expected it to be honest. Okay, so white usually isn't my color just because I'm what is normal for a male. I'm very, very messy. My hands are almost constantly dirty just because of everything I do. So white not be your thing as well. It could be you might want the black one, which I think has a green accent to it because that's Razer's thing. Nice padding right in the head. It's a little too soft for my liking, and it's really firm right here. They're leather. They look and feel okay. How much flexibility? It's okay. It's a little tight, but it's not over tight. I'd have to play with it for an hour and see how it feels after that. Is the Microphone Detachable? No, it is not. What I'm worried about when it comes down to this, though, the cushioning just feels way too soft. It doesn't feel like it's going to last. Now, that's only something I can tell after using it for a year. That's obviously not happening. And I don't like the leather. I don't like leather on my headsets just because I sweat profusely because I am a oven when it comes to my body heat. Even when I'm not doing things. I really like how this cable feels. They etched it a little bit. I do like that the little cable tie they give you is like this nice little silicone one. Silicone, that's what it is. They use the silicone sleeving. I'm stupid. What does it say in the manual? Anything like actually important? What the name? Ah, yes. Couldn't go without the stickers. This is not a manual. This is a map. It's got a 2-year limited warranty. That's nice. So, mute button, dial. This extension has a stereo and a mic input. Could be necessary. I will also recommend, and not every gamer will do this, when you're connecting your headset to your computer, don't use the front I/O to where the front of your case is. Use the I/O on your motherboard. It's a much clearer connection. If you connect it to the front I/O, then it's going to get distorted a little bit. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to sound good or as good as it could. Sometimes it sounds great because sometimes the computer case companies that use the cables they have for this make sure they're real shielded, but sometimes they also don't. It's a hit or miss depending on how much your case was and how much they cared. Give me a little bit and I'm going to get started on this, I guess. This is a sound test of the Razer Kraken X. I would imagine that this is not a great sounding mic, just because it is a $30 mic and it's also a headset mic. However, some people will like to want to hear it, so this is how it'll sound.
And to test those plosives, Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a pickled pepper.
Okay. I just got done listening to that beautiful, beautiful sounding microphone off that headset, and it sounded like dog trash. It wasn't loud enough. I could barely hear it. I don't know if it's a setting that I need to look at right now. I have to do a little more checking, but it did not sound good. It sounded very bad, and there was nothing I could do to make it sound louder except in my editing software, I had to raise it to a 30 above, and it still was barely loud enough. So I'm going to say that headset on the form of a microphone is horrible. The audio wasn't horrible, though. How it sounded going into my ears for everything I was hearing, it sounded pretty good. It was a little more bass than it should have had. Not bass, lower tones. A little more lower tones than it should have, but that's perfectly fine. That's just tuned. You can tune that. But the feel, I mean, I only had it on for about 10, 15 minutes and my ears hurt. So over an extended period of time, that's not going to feel good. Keep in mind, my ears are huge, and the holes on this thing are slightly oval. They also just didn't really feel that well when it came down to how my ear was feeling on it. This is why I like my Steel Series. They feel amazing on my head. So I'm going to say that they're perfectly fine for somebody who just needs a headset. I wouldn't, and I mean, you can deal with gaming for an hour or two with a little bit of uncomfortability. I wouldn't want that on anybody. So personally, I don't recommend these if you want to feel comfortable. And when you're gaming, you want to relax, you want to be comfortable. So let's not give a reason for you not to be. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link down below for my merch store. Go check out that. Anything helps support my channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to go see the headset that I do recommend, that is a little more budget, check out my video on the HyperX Cloud 2s. I had those headsets for over a year or almost 2, and they're still amazing. I still have them as a backup one in case this headset happens to kick the bucket.